This is the RSN Sports Network 2020 Sports Update. This 2020 Sports Update brought to you by Boost Mobile. Boost Mobile, where you at? I'm Michael Lewis. It is week 18 of the NFL, and it's Decision Sunday at Houston. It is a tight game. Davis Mills with 3 touchdown passes, and Ryan Tannehill with 3. As the Titans and the Texans, the Titans are still up 28-25. A win for the Titans will put them in number 1 in the AFC. The Lions are shocking the Packers with a win, possibly. They're leading 34-30. Now, when Jaguars are leading the Colts lose this one, they're out of the playoffs. Steelers and Ravens are tied at 13. The Bears have defeated the Vikings, and the Washington football team has defeated the Giants. Later on this afternoon, San Francisco and New Orleans. So we're trying to see who will get the last playoff spot. And Klay Thompson tonight could be on the floor with the Golden State Warriors. That's a 2020 Sports Update. I'm Michael Lewis. This is the RSN Sports Network. The following is an RSN Sports Network presentation. KRBHFN, KRTV, FM. You're listening to From the Hoop on the RSN Sports Network with the coach and the sports vet, Michael Lewis, and the sports diva, Shanita Ward, with today's guest hostess, football legend and women's football athlete, Asha Jere Adams. Join us now at 1-800-337-7171 or 1-713-534-4231. Now, from the remote thank you very much for joining us on the RSN Sports Network. How are you doing? I am the sports vet Michael Lewis with you. 1-800-337-7171, 1-713-534-4231. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining me. It is week 18 in the National Football League. I don't know what else to say. It's week 18. That's all I got to say. We got a lot to talk about on that. We're going to actually have, as well, we're going to have Shanita Ward will join me next time on the show. I know she's doing something with the Falcons in Atlanta today. So she won't be with us today. However, we'll have a women's football legend, and also women's football and also trainer will be actually joining me with the show today. Will be Jere Adams will be on in about a few minutes. She's also a trainer as well in the Houston metropolitan area. We'll talk about her business, Jere Fit, and how you can get fit for the new year through her programs, her fitness programs, and also her what she does. She's also going to be playing professionally, local women's football professionally as well. 1-800-337-7171, 1-713-534-4231. We're going to try to get her in. She'll be in a couple minutes as well. Don't forget, if you'd like to be an actual guest on the show, if you'd like to, do send us a on Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. It is on Twitter. It's From the Hoop. from the hoop, not the from the hoop on Twitter. And you can actually follow us if you want to be an actual guest. You can send us a direct message there. We can actually pull it up, and you can be one of our guests on there. So it is from the hoop on Twitter. From the hoop on Twitter. Uh, don't forget, it is. I'll be back with an all day, covering all day sports as well, and we'll be covering the actual. We'll be covering the actual. Uh, the I guess you want to say we will be covering the actual NFL. There we go, the NFL today and what is going on in the NFL as well, and we'll also cover the preparing of Klay Thompson returning. I'm not for sure if you have heard anything about today, but Klay Thompson returns tonight to the Golden State Warriors. He returns with Steph Curry as well, and that is tonight. The Golden State Warriors will take on the New York Knicks tonight. Okay. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm a Warriors fan, but we'll see what happens. I know he'll be in limited minutes tonight as well. If you haven't heard, tomorrow night it is going to be the national championship game between Georgia, and it's almost like the SEC championship game is pretty much. It is. It seems like the SEC championship game is pretty much between two schools, Georgia and Alabama. And so, it was a good game, uh, when they played in the conference, but Alabama won. So, what can you really say about it? Alabama should win this ball game tonight, tomorrow night. But I think it's going to be a very tough game. I think it's going to be a very hard-hitting, grit and grind type of football game tomorrow night. But this is the reason why. I don't think he's coming back. I want to say he will, but maybe he might do one more year there. But I don't see, I guess you want to say, Bryce Young coming back to the Crimson Tide, maybe after next year. But I just don't see him coming back. It's it's just impossible. It's just totally impossible. Uh, 1-800-337-7171, 1-713-534-4231. The game has just ended in Houston. The Titans hold on to that number one spot, and the situation may look better for the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers this afternoon when you're in or tonight at Allegiant in Las Vegas. The Colts may be done. The Colts are losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars tonight, this afternoon. They are losing by a score of 26-11. 26-11 in that game. The Colts are losing that one. The Colts lose, they're done. They are just pretty much toast and done. I think they were out last week, but they will be officially out as of today. As you probably know, the two games that one game I really don't want to even think about, the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams at SoFi Stadium. We'll talk about what's going to happen at SoFi as well. And also, we'll talk about how this is going to be a very, very strange situation. It's going to be a very strange situation, and I think some teams put themselves in that situation, some teams did. Let's see. 1-800-337-7171, 1-713-534-4231. And you're listening to this From the Hoop right here on the RSN Sports Network. I'm just truly the sports vet Michael Lewis with you. I'm going to be really upfront and honest with you. I really think there's going to be probably a run by the Warriors, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Maybe a run by the Warriors, possibly. If they don't get this guy in the middle, that would help. But there's a possibility that these two guys may actually make some noise again. If these two are back together, then we're talking about possibly a Western Conference title. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not for sure. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Um, let's talk about what could happen with SoFi. Speaking of SoFi, the situation with SoFi is this. This is the actual stadium where the Super Bowl this year, in about a month and a half, will be held. Because of COVID concerns in Los Angeles, the actual situation with that mean you probably may see, if it's heightened because of the COVID variant, the Omicron variant, this may move to here, where the national championship game is going to be held for college football tomorrow night between Alabama and Georgia. How about you're going to move it to how about land? Hmm, interesting. How about is it big enough to the point is that you have these two teams playing in that game tomorrow night? I mean, these two teams playing that game tomorrow night, but we can only see. All right, we are we are blessed and greatly. Well, I'm not blessed because I know what's going to happen in about 3 hours, so I'm trying not to. But in any event, she is probably one of the more well-known football players, women's football players, a quarterback in Louisiana, and also a trainer as well with her own business, Dre Fit. And I've known her for a long time because I always get on her when Alvin Kamara is going to get traded. But those things happen. But Dre Adams is with me. Dre from her home in Houston. Dre, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
Well, I'm just not going to watch today's games because
I can't wait to watch the game.
no, I don't want to.
I
But
can't wait.
I don't know why you want to get a coach fired. In any event, in any event, so you've come a long way. I mean, you were a quarterback with Acadia in Louisiana. I know you played a little basketball as well in college, but you're well known as being a quarterback and a defensive back in women's football there.
hmm
Tell me what was the transition? Was the transition really different coming from basketball to just playing straight football, women's football?
it wasn't really a big transition. It was more in the sense of if there's something that could have fit me.
Hmm.
Basketball kind of ran its course. It got to a
Okay.
point where, yeah, I love basketball. That's what I grew up with. But when I was young, I wanted to play football. But at that time, women's football, that wasn't no such thing as women's football. So
Hmm.
that's why I was pushed to basketball. But once women football came around, I kind of want to give myself a second chance and trying it out. And my coach, Miss Cat from Louisiana, the Louisiana Bayou Storm Surge, she said, "Hey, you want to play football?" I said, "Sure, why not?" Because I was playing flag football for a college. So once I
Okay.
stepped on the field, I found myself actually being good. Like it's some things that we good at, but it's like wow, you're kind of better than people that have been playing for years. So even I started as a running back. I didn't want to be quarterback because I didn't want to lead the team and have so much pressure on me. But my
Hmm.
coach, she developed me. She worked with me. We did off days training, and it got to a point where it's like, okay, the ball in your hand, the ball in, let's go. So eventually, I was leading the team. Became All American, made Team USA, and I found myself being happy playing the sport. It wasn't you couldn't. I wasn't playing for nothing. It was just pretty much like once I was on the field, I'm locked in. That's it.
Right. Yeah. And I know that, we've had a long talk about it, of what you've done. And with Team USA, you had, a couple of interceptions there playing with them, and was had a really good campaign with them.
Hmm.
Tell me a little bit more. I know you're an actual trainer in the area, Duray Fit. I know you start. When did you start Duray Fit?
Well, honestly, like things happen for a reason. It's
Mm.
mysterious ways. So football, of course, I had an injury. I had torn my meniscus,
Looks like we lost her on a signal. We're going to try to get her back in, back on, and back in. But what it is that okay, we got her back
oh
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought Trent Williams that came to kidnap you and then, say, hey, Alvin Kamara, really? But no. So you were talking about you torn your meniscus.
Yeah,
Uh,
I tore my meniscus,
mm,
and pretty much I found myself gaining weight and wasn't being active. So I started to learn my body, learn how can I overcome what without being able to walk. So I
sure.
started to go to the gym, train my body. I started to read, put myself through different classes to learn exactly like I can't let this beat me. So I want to kind of
Mm,
get over, and I want to play football again. So I started the company Dre Fit. I did my certification and stuff like that, learned about the human body and stuff, and just started to train. I put myself through it before anyone else. So I did programs for myself to shed a few pounds, and then on top of that, trying to regain my strength back into my legs and stuff like that. So not only that, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to get my mobility back. And after I found myself actually doing everything was working for me, um, people saw my progress and people was like, hey, what did you do? Stuff like that. Because what I realized is a lot of people have some type of injury that they came across that kind of took them out of sports or whatever it was. So I kind of just wanted to just get the feel for it. And once I started the
mm,
company, Jure Fit, became a trainer. It helped me in a sense of way, not only just helping people, but it helped me in a sense of way too, because I had to keep pushing myself to help others. And once I got to 100%, got back on the football field, and I felt 100 again. And once
mm.
I moved to Houston, and people started to see that I was a fitness trainer, I got my clientele, and we just started. And now they happy. They're happy with the results. They're happy with what I provide them with meal
Sure.
plans, nutrition, their daily life of what they should change, how active they should be. And now, like I say, the results are there.
Yeah,
They just
it
train.
is. I've seen you. I've seen you. Most of these people are starting to pass out on Instagram. And I was like, oh, I met two of them at the football game. It was like, this is the meal I need, two hot dogs. I was like, Ray gonna get you, man. Now, if they were going and uh, just to actually go over everything, this is they can go to this website
Yeah.
www.jarayfit.com. Now there is when they sign up with the newsletter, they actually can get 10% off. Correct?
Yes.
Any sessions or anything like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to ask you a few questions about because the Super Bowl is coming up. What are your feelings? And I know, as you probably know, and how about idiots, in any event, the Cowboy fans are so happy that the possibility of the Super Bowl, will the Cowboys steal the Super Bowl site from LA?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think
I
so,
don't.
maybe.
I don't think so either. I don't. I don't think. They have a way of choking.
Come on, get what we got. Don't tell them. Hey, don't tell them that. Oh yeah, we're gonna be. How about we're gonna be in the Super Bowl?
They have a chance of choking, and I feel like that's
Oh,
probably what's gonna end up happening because I feel like once you feel like you're too overrated, it be the underdog that take you out, and now you're sad.
okay, let's go. Let's go with the real critical question. You being a football player,
Okay.
and I'm going to actually go to this big question because I know it defends. I've known her just like I've known you when I lived
Hmm.
in Charlotte. Jennifer King, as you probably know, she is the Washington. This is when she was with the Carolina Panthers as a receivers coach,
Okay.
but and now she possibly maybe looked at leaving the Washington football team and coming uh, as a candidate to be a head coach of the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
As you know, the Broncos fired their coach this morning, Big Fangio.
Yeah, I saw that.
What would that be if a woman of color becomes the first
Uh,
ever NFL female head coach?
I think this is the time to do it
Okay.
because, yeah, I agree. I feel like that would be it would put more spotlight on a lot of things. Like it's pretty much like running a old car and then you changing the whole body style to it. So now you're pushing
Mhm.
everyone to go see it. So I think it would be very big for football, for females, for males, everybody that plays football. I'm excited to see it. I hope that they do make that transition
Yeah.
because I think I done seen her. I think she's a great coach, very very great coach. I see her work ethic. She has played football and she has a lot. She has a lot. So I would love to see it.
And you know what's so ironic about it? I met her when I lived in Charlotte when she was playing for the Charlotte Blaze
Hmm.
women's football team. She had just finished playing basketball for University of North Carolina Greensboro,
Okay.
and had the same injury like you,
Okay.
and the meniscus, and she was doing training, and she was training with Michael Jordan's trainer in North Carolina, and then she was training with a couple of WNBA players, and then she trained with Steve Smith when he was in Charlotte playing for the Panthers. I'll be just giddy for her to just be the head coach. I was like, hey, it's somebody I remember meeting, on my path around. Let's go with this. I know as you being a football player, I know that there are times when you break, but as you probably know, this man has probably been in the news all week. And he's looking to try to get back in. Antonio Brown, as you probably know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers basically have let him go.
Yeah.
And he did something that was so crazy as a black, as you probably know. He threw his
Yeah.
shirt off and everything like that. Is there a way that this man could get back onto the football field this year, next year, or should the NFL just give him the exemption, exempt him from the league for a while?
I have seen the headlines, the stories. We don't know exactly what's true and what's not. He's at the end of the day, when someone is good, they're good. You can't take away his talent from him because he's a great receiver. I think he probably will get another chance to play in the NFL
Hmm.
just because once you get to down to the bottom line of if that really did happen, then I mean, it it's a lose lose situation. But
Hmm.
I think he's gonna probably not this year, maybe next year. I can see it happening. Someone probably would pick him up as a free agent or something.
Sure.
And but I think the Antonio Brown that we used to know that's not coming back. I
No,
think that passes. I think that time is over,
that
and
time
I
is over.
yeah, that time is over, and I think that he's gonna pretty much just be a fill-in, and eventually he's probably just gonna be like, okay, I'm done, and do whatever he does on the side. So, but like I said, great receiver. His course just came to an end. It didn't ran its course in my eyes.
You're watching the front of the hoop right here on the RSN Sports Network, and this part of it is brought to you by Boost Mobile. Boost Mobile, where you at? www.boostmobile.com, and also by Walmart. It is the sports vet Michael Lewis. It is my I would kind of say it's my guest, but my guest co-host is Dre Adams in the house. He's actually a professional football player, athlete, and also she also is a part of the CEO of Dre Fit in the Houston metropolitan area. All right, tomorrow night is everybody's night. It's NFL Scouts night. It's Jacksonville Jaguars night. It's whoever wants to draft first. You can find it in this football game tomorrow night. Who are you taking, Georgia or Alabama tomorrow night?
I'm going with. I would love to see Georgia win.
I would too.
I
Hell
would
of
love to see Georgia win, just because I feel like Alabama is Alabama. That's how I
mm,
feel. Eventually, it gets to a point where, hey, let some other people take a shine and get some championship belts and stuff like that.
mm,
But I would love to see Georgia win, because over the years, Georgia has put up some good talent. They're
mm,
not just like Nick Saban. He goes out and recruit the best. And the best go to him. And
mm.
yes, your team's going to be good if you're getting the best um, around town. But I feel like Georgia gets solid players, but they actually develop over time. And I think that they deserve to have. I think they deserve to win.
Okay. Okay. I think it's going to be, to me, it's going to be. I watched the game between Georgia and Alabama. It seemed
Mhm.
like Georgia wasn't there in that game when they played the conference game.
Mhm.
But I think that when you really take a look at it, Georgia does have. I like the Georgia's quarterback Bennett. I like him a little bit more, but as you probably know, the Heisman Trophy guy Bryce Young, who probably won't be there after next year.
Okay.
He'll probably jump to the NFL, and hopefully the Saints don't draft him. But in any event, I'm gonna leave your team alone. But I think, I don't think Bryce Young will last. Maybe probably after next year, that'll be probably his last year at Alabama. But he's a great quarterback. They got, as you know, Alabama always has great receivers. But it could be Georgia. I really want to see somebody else win. Okay,
Yeah.
after last night's victory, or say shellacking of the Philadelphia Eagles, this man had broke the record set by Tony Romo. A lot of people think that Dak Prescott can take this Cowboys team to the Super Bowl. Are you buying it?
No.
I don't think I don't either.
I
I
no. I just
gotta hear about
I don't,
I gotta hear about how.
because my biggest thing is, you can watch how Tom Brady can lose to the Saints during
Hmm.
the regular season,
Hmm.
but then it's like the team just, I don't know. It's like they give a magic potion, and the team just do this in playoff. And like I said, the Cowboys, they can do this in regular season, but then they, you'll be
Explode,
like, who are we watching?
imploding, and it's kind of like I think the main thing is that you really want to see everybody, here in Texas wants to see the Cowboys win.
Yeah.
But for some reason or another, I'm I'm kind of like you. I mean, ever since Tony, even when Tony Romo had that record season,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be really upfront and honest. I really don't think he didn't even take the team to the Super Bowl.
I
And
I
it was
I give it
he.
2 rounds. 2 rounds. Lose at the
I'm gonna
second game.
I'm going to give it one round. I'm gonna
I
be
say.
honest with you. Here's
Mhm.
the thing, and I know we always kid about each other. I always kid about your team.
Mhm.
If we lose, we deserve it. We deserve to be out of the playoffs.
Mhm.
But if you go into the playoffs, I'm gonna be really upfront and honest with you. You're gonna probably have to play. How about whoever's seventh in the NFC will have to play? How about, because there are two. I'm gonna be honest with you. It could either be the Saints, it could either be the 49ers. I really don't care. I'm gonna be honest with you. For me,
You feel like they'll beat them?
they'll beat them. I mean,
Yeah.
because it could be the Saints, it could be the 49ers, it could
They'll
be
beat them. Mhm.
they'll
I
I
feel the
mean,
same way.
because I don't think Dallas really has. I don't really think Dallas really has what it takes to really. I mean, it's every year. It's kind of like Stephen A. Smith would say. They're going to always be an accident waiting to happen. You just got to wait for the
Yeah,
accident
you
to
just
happen.
gotta wait for it, and
You got to
it's
wait
going.
for it.
And so, they always been like that. That's why I don't see it. I don't see it. And I agree with you. If it's the 49ers, the Saints, just knowing that you're the underdog, and then it's
Mhm.
Dallas, not like you're playing Tom Brady. It's like you already know that they can slip up. So if you
They
playing a
can.
team that can
Right.
slip up, and they already have they on their high horse, you go there, you play a sounded game, you'll put them on the heels. And once you put them in the heels, you beat them,
You beat
and
them.
that's
I
how you
mean,
beat them.
all right. It's kickoff time in two places: Los Angeles, California, and Atlanta. I don't want to talk about it, but I guess I'll have to. Oh boy. In any event, uh, all right. Which team will miss the playoffs
The
after
49ers.
today? Well, look, don't give me so. I want to cry when it happens. Which team will miss the playoffs? Will it be this one or will it be this one? Which team misses the playoffs?
The 49ers.
You know,
Because
it's
the
been great
49ers.
talking with you. It's been great talking with you. I'm just kidding.
The
You know,
49ers.
it could happen to
My
us.
reason my reason is because I don't see them beating the Rams. I just don't see them beating the Rams. And I don't see the Falcons beating the Saints. After I like the fact that the Falcons did beat the Saints the first time
Hmm.
because it gives them that, that momentum for the Saints to go there and make a statement. So if I'm going into Atlanta, knowing what I know, I'm just gonna play regular football and I'm gonna just beat them straight up. You ain't gotta do no extra. You ain't gotta do no trick plays. Just beat them straight up. Have the defense doing what the defense do, and that's it. And I
If
don't see the
we
49ers beating the Rams.
if we lose the game to the Rams, it's we will reflect upon losing and not getting to the playoffs. We will reflect upon the fact is Thursday night in Tennessee we lost with Jimmy Garoppolo having a sore thumb, but still that didn't mean to throw two interceptions. That was one game. Another game was it shocked the crap out of me was when Kyler Murray was out and DeAndre Hopkins was out,
And they still lost.
and they still lost to Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy, really? He's been to 10 football teams and he go throws for three touchdowns. I'm going to look at those two games and the game that they played against Arizona when Trey Lance started, where there were two or three mistakes that we made. I'm going to look at those three games and said that really maybe is what will cost Kyle Shanahan his job.
Hmm.
That may cost Jimmy Garoppolo from being there anymore. As a fan, I mean, I wasn't looking for a disaster like this, but yes, we're 9, we're 9-7 right now. We would need to win the football game today because we don't want to take you out. But if we don't take out the Rams, then we're scoreboard watching in Atlanta, and that's what I didn't want to happen today.
Yeah,
Because,
but the Saints play first.
well, they both play second. They both play at the same time. They're
Oh,
on
they
the
play at the
field
same
now.
time.
Yeah, they're on the field now.
Oh, well, yeah. So I thought
So
the Saints play first,
yeah,
but
no, they play.
it
They
this. I
they're
mean, the Saints fans are like, I understand. Even though we don't have a quarterback, I don't mind losing in the first round because I mean, me personally, we shouldn't have made it that far. But the fact that we have a chance, it's like let's just make the first round playoff.
yeah. I really for me, I think I would want us to beat the Rams, but I know because we beat them, 5 games in a row. But
Yeah, but the Rams are real. They're real grimy right now. They're grimy. They're
they're
solid
very
football
grimy. I
team.
agree. I totally
Yeah,
agree with you. And
they're
Cooper Cup,
not gonna let that slip up and pass them by.
When Cooper Cup actually is on fire, and when he starts making the first two or three long catches from Stafford, that's it. They got
Hmm.
Akers back, and but the only thing about what I'm very afraid of with us today is the fact is we don't have Trent Williams, our offensive line, our all pro offensive lineman, and that may kill us in today's ball game. But either way, I mean, I'll cheer for the Saints. If we don't make it, I'll cheer for the Saints to beat How about because I don't think I really don't think Dallas will beat the Saints.
Me
I
neither. I think they might have a chance to play 49ers, but when it comes down to it's just something about that tempo. It like I don't care what the
Mhm,
record is. It's Saints playing Dallas, and it could go any way. Just because there are two teams that have history. It's not
mhm,
just two regular teams that's playing at, these are rivalry games. So it's like
mhm.
Yes, Dallas is playing better than the Saints, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, well, the game might be a blowout. No, the game could go either way.
It could go either way, and I think the last night and what showed me, even though they killed, they went into Philadelphia and Dak, and Dak went on his tirade as far as his touchdown throwing last night against Philadelphia's third string. Um, I'm not really impressed with them. I mean, they're
Mm,
probably I'm not impressed with them, and I think that Arizona's going to try to do their job to win the NFC West. We have the toughest division ever. I think that if the Saints and I did see something about Seattle not trading Russell Wilson, and I'm like, why don't you end up in New Orleans anyway? Because I think for him to go play with Sean Payton, it will be a lot more better. The actual offense is pretty much like what he has in Seattle. He won't have like the Metcalfs. He won't have like the Michael Thomas as well. Michael comes back, yes, but he may be close to DK Metcalf. But I still think if Russell Wilson were to make a splash somewhere else, it would be New Orleans. I
mm-hmm.
think that New Orleans fits his style. I mean, you have Kamara in the backfield. You basically just need to get maybe you might need to make Taysom Hill a tight end, and because he's so physical, you may need to make him a tight end. I mean, Russell Wilson loves to throw the tight ends. It for me, the Saints. If the Saints get in instead of us, I mean, I'm gonna cheer for the Saints because I know they're gonna play how about. And now we get in, we'll probably end up playing Tom Brady, and then the
Yeah,
Philadelphia
that's a
Eagles.
difference. Yeah, they pretty much Tom Brady just come in and they play solid and they just kind of just roll. I feel like it would be more interesting to have the Saints go in and go play them and go play the
Yeah,
Cowboys, and
yeah.
because that's a game that I think no matter who's playing, everyone's gonna be focused on that game.
If you were a Saints fan, Wilson is not being traded, from what Seattle says. But the Houston Texans have decided that they're going to try to to trade Deshaun Watson before the trading deadline. Would you see a Deshaun Watson for Jameis Winston trade, where Winston would come here and Deshaun Watson would go to New Orleans?
It could be 50-50. I'm not gonna lean toward no, and I'm not gonna lean toward yes, because Sean Payton always have tricks up his sleeves. But
Mm-hmm.
if he wanted to run a new style offense, I think that would
Mm-hmm.
be the biggest factor of running a new, because he's a dual threat quarterback. So
Mm-hmm.
now you have a dual threat quarterback. You can mix and match. You don't have to play traditional football anymore of just having a Drew Brees sit back in the pocket and throw.
Sure.
So it would be a different look for New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and maybe that's the direction that we have come to. Drew Brees is out the picture, so maybe we need to get out of traditional because we're not going to have another Drew Brees. And then I don't feel like we should waste time trying to find that when we let other great quarterbacks slip by just because we don't want to change. So
Right.
if I was Sean Payton, and as aggressive as a head coach he is, I would give people a new look and say, hey, yes, this is my quarterback, and we're running a different style offense. So
Mm-hmm.
now you don't know what to look for. You don't know what to look for: a throw, a run by Kamara, a catch by Taysom Hills. You get Michael Thomas back, he's catching. You got some
Mm-hmm.
other great receivers as well that he's brought in as rookies and stuff. I mean, I don't see it. And the defense state has it. You don't need to do nothing with the defense. The defense
No,
is
defense is
solid.
great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very
so
solid defense. Mm-hmm.
I think that right there is a championship team.
I think so too. I think if Deshaun Watson were to go to New Orleans, I think that would make the Saints a lot more versatile at the QB position because
Mm-hmm.
you're getting a quarterback that can not only, get throw the rock on a long haul basis, but also he can actually, if it's not Kamara, he can actually do where a lot of option plays, option reads, where he can
And
do
then
a
you
pick.
have Taysom Hills. That's what I'm saying. Like just having the
Mhm.
just having him in the game, the defense gonna respect him. So now you have to respect him. You have to respect Deshaun Watson. You have to respect the running back Kamara. Then you have to respect the receiver. My head would be spinning.
Now, the only
I mean,
time that I would want Deshaun Watson to come out west is because we have to play you next year. So if you knock us out of the playoffs, we're coming to kill you next year for that. We'll remember January 9th when you kicked us out of the playoffs. No, I'm just kidding. We deserve to get knocked out of the playoffs. All right, so it is www.JareFit.com. And Dre, it has been great to have you aboard. I know now. What? Tell everybody where your actual location. I think you're out in the southwest part of the city.
Yeah, I'm on Bel Air Boulevard. So 5605 Bel Air Boulevard, right there
Okay.
near 610.
Okay.
Yeah, so right off 610, about 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
Going south. Yeah, that's where you find my gym. And I also train in the Houston Heights area. So I
Okay.
train in 2 locations. So I
Okay.
pretty much make it easier for people. I know traffic can be a lot, so I
Oh
try
man,
to make it easy.
yes,
Yeah, so I
yes.
try to make it as easy as I can for me
Mhm.
and the client.
Okay. Now, also, you're doing a boot camp, correct?
Yes, I have a boot camp in a new gym in the Houston Heights area. So yeah, I haven't. So he just opened up maybe less than a month ago, and we're
Okay.
doing a boot camp free to the public. So if you
Okay.
guys go, we're going to be posting a flyer tomorrow for Saturday. So if you guys go look at my Instagram page, Jure Fit, you'll find the Instagram page. You'll see the flyer there.
Okay. Ray, I really thank you very much for being on the show today. I know that sadly I'll have to face the music somewhere around 6 o'clock or 6:30 if the Rams win.
Yeah,
Uh, in the event, Atlanta. That's never mind.
yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, Jure Adams, thank you very much for being on. Personal trainer and also owner of Jure Fit and also a professional women's football player. Jure Adams, thank you very much for being on the show today.
You're welcome.
Alrighty. And that is that is going to do it for us here on the From the Hoop, right on the RSN Sports Network. I am out of time. I'm not going to watch a football game. I'm not going to watch nothing because I know what the 49ers may do. In event. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me today on the RSN Sports Networks From the Hoop. Until next week, be kind and be safe. Wear a mask. Get vaccinated if you haven't, because the variant will never go away if you don't get vaccinated. That's all I got to say. Until next week, God bless. Take care and be safe. You've been listening to From the Hoop on the RSN Sports Network and RTV Television.